Hey, it's Doris. For my Illusion of Light project, I want to use the practice as the space to test out interactive effects in a smaller, more experimental ways that connect back to my studio work. My studio topic is about memory. I want to explore the ambiguity and fragility about memories and how places and objects can evoke personal and collective memories. I plan to scan real environments and objects and transform them into the interactive point clouds, and let audience interact with these preserved memories. So I aim to use the class practice to test with the different point cloud transformation effects. I'm also very interested in using the IOL practice as a way to explore more experimental approaches. One idea I find exciting is experimenting with the scanography as both a narrative tool and a form of the stop motion. For point cloud art, I'm influenced by the Benjamin Baudu, whose works blur reality and illusion while exploring memory. And another artist is Leg Hackman, who transforms scan object into the interactive, explorable forms. As for scanography, I look at the Jem Bacon, whose still images inspire me to rethink how scan object can be reimagined. In the class practice, Angeli and I worked together, inspired by the example we saw in a class. We took footage around the campus and turned it into the collage-style loop video. The experiment showed me how collage can create a surreal space, which turned the normal campus scene suddenly feel playful and strange. I found the approach really interesting, so I kept iterating and made the phenakistic as a variation. For the weekly progress, I tried using scanography to make stop motion, because it was my first time using it to make a stop motion, so I took a lot of time testing the technique, how to place the object, and how to move them for distortion. I started with M chocolate, since they are a childhood snack for me, and I play with the placement to create the ripple and melting effects. Then I shifted to self-narration. Imagine two collage-style figures pulling apart to represent the separation and sad memories for a child. I cut out the two hands and pulled a string from newspaper. I think there's still more to explore here, like using different figures or different ways to tear apart. Week 3. Reason, timing, and tempo. In this week, after the consultation, I shifted from using a paper collages to working with my real hands on the scanner. I focused on how hands alone could show emotion by rotating, changing angles, and moving my fingers. I tested a few effects, stretching the hands, bending fingers to look like a screen, and using two hands to create electric touch effects. I also tried flicking in objects like lollies and hands to see how memory could appear and disappear through the distortion. The week 4 topic was visual music. In this topic, I explored it in two directions. The first one was using Touch Designer. I created a point cloud visual that reacted to sound data like volume and frequency, amplitude. With help from sound designer Santino, I used his soundtrack and made two variations that responded to different moods. From the other side, I tried a more playful stop motion with the candies. I used colorful candy and go with 8-bit melodies and later added the lollipops, testing how their shapes could distort with the rhythm. Week 5, the topic was metamorphosis. I linked it back to my studio project. I started by scanning a water bottle and coffee cup in the class practice, the morphing between the two objects in Touch Designer using the mouse position. From there, I tested the scene transition, seeing how scan environments could morph into each other, because for me, the certain places abroad often trigger some memories of my hometown. I also explore the fragility of the memory with the dissolve and data mesh to capture the fading and glitching feeling. Since the real time was too heavy on my computer, so I tried pre-rendering in After Effects using the point cloud. It was smoother and actually gave me the more control, which made me realize not everything needs to be interactive. Reflection. From week 2 to week 5 practice, I see my project slowly taking shape as an exploration of how motion can narrate memory. I'm still iterating and refining. Thinking about interaction, transition, and how audience might explore my memories, this weekly experiment gives me a flexible way to test idea and keep moving forward. So that's my progress for my IOL project. I will continue experimenting with the playful movement as a way to tell story about my memory. Thank you.